Hey, welcome to the Art of Shame-Free Living podcast. Today we're going to talk about what happens when the conscious and the unconscious mind disagree. Oftentimes I'll talk to people and they'll be like, I don't really have a shame problem. I feel pretty good about myself. Things are going pretty well. And I'm always looking for, okay, well, where is it? Because we know that every human has shame. It's not a problem. It's there. We all do. And so instead of it being like, well, I'm full, like I'm good, I don't have anything to learn, I like to think of myself as like this open canvas, this open container. I'm open to understanding. I'm open to seeing this differently. I'm open to being coachable as in like the earth itself can be my lesson. Life itself can be my lesson. I can be open to changing my perceptions, to understanding things at a deeper level at all times. So consciously, we might feel things like this. I'm a good mom. I'm doing a good job. I'm putting a lot into what I do. Consciously, we might feel as a dad, I do a lot. I work hard. I spend a lot of time with my kids. I'm respectful. I'm a good, hardworking person. Maybe at work, we think I'm a great employee or a great employer or a great entrepreneur. I'm doing good. Things are going to be fine. Everything's going well. Whatever that looks like in whatever arena you want to think about, consciously, you might be there. But under the surface, your unconscious or your subconscious might be feeling something like the opposite. Oftentimes I feel like mine sounds the opposite. But are you really? What do people actually think of you? Are you actually doing enough? What if you're adding more to your kids' generational trauma, even though you're spending so much time and energy and investment to take it away? What if it's all failing? What if you're not doing enough as a dad? What if you're not working hard enough? What if you're not spending enough time with your kids? And those like subtle, quiet voices, oftentimes I find them to be the second voice after I'm feeling good feelings about myself, that I'll be feeling these other under the surface things, are actually what's driving our behavior more than our conscious mind. So we can try to convince ourselves the whole time that we're amazing, that we're beautiful, that we're confident, that life is great. But if under the surface, we have this unconscious or subconscious part of us that is, I don't really know if you are. I think you're probably not doing enough. I think you're probably not enough yourself. I think you're probably failing. I think the reason that your teen doesn't respect you is because you're not worthy of being respected. I think the reason that you don't stand up for yourself and your boundaries or tell people that you have needs that you need to be met is because your needs actually don't matter. Maybe you don't matter. All right. So you might be listening to that and you might have several different, thoughts about it. One might be you're like, yes, I feel that. One might be, I have those thoughts even consciously. Mine's gone all the way up through the subconscious and my conscious mind also believes that. Or you might be like, I totally don't. I don't understand what you're thinking. Although I don't know. I don't think you'd be listening to this podcast if you were that person, but maybe you are. And if you are, I want you to just be open to seeing things in a different way. Where might I be thinking this way? Where might I not actually think that I am enough or that I'm doing enough or that I have enough? When we have a perception of lack, aka shame, it shows up in more than one area of our life. So it could be in how much I have, how much I think is coming in. It could be in what I do, what I get done during the day, and it could be in who I actually am. So our conscious mind and our unconscious mind are often at odds with each other. Not always, but often they are. And I think what this work is congruence. It's recognition of when part of me, the part that I usually feel more in like my throat, upper chest part of me, is different than what the conscious mind of me thinks. That is usually the opposite. And instead of being dismissive, what we usually do is we just say, everything is going to be fine. It's not that big of a deal. You're just overreacting. That's how we speak to ourselves. Instead, we're going to open up to that part of us. Tell me more about why you think that. How does it feel that you have those thoughts under the surface? Don't push them away. A client recently at one of my events sent me a drawing that she had done a few years ago. And it was like her standing against the door. And the door was like bulging, and behind the door was all this like negative thoughts and feelings and whatever. And she was just like, I'm just going to push hard and like, just keep pushing it. And then on the other side, she had this image of the door where it was open and everything was just flowing and the lady was really zen. And so I want you to think about that kind of an image. Like, what might I be resisting? Carl Jung's quote is, a lot of people say what resists persists, but he says what you resist not only persists, but it grows. It will grow in the form of coming up in physical symptoms. It might grow up in the form of insomnia or anxiety or, not interpersonal relationships, but it also can actually be physical symptoms like maybe indigestion, maybe like chronic fatigue, maybe autoimmune disorders. I think things can pop up. Physical and emotional are always interconnected. So it's going to show up somehow, physically or emotionally. So what we want to do is we want to recognize that our unconscious mind might be thinking different thoughts, might be feeling different feelings, and we want to just create space for it. It's as simple as that. Create space to listen to myself, and I'm going to listen to the message, like maybe it's going to share some words with me. But more importantly than that, I just want to sit with the feeling. I want to sit with how I'm actually feeling. That's why we often talk that it's like a parent and a child. I think that solutions are found in the body. I think this work is in the body. I think that the reason why this helps sitting with our feelings is because what we're really doing is we're creating a sense of safety within ourselves. It's very unsafe for me if I'm in a situation where I know I have to change who I am. I can't actually tell people what I think. I can't actually feel the bigness of what I feel. I have to make myself smaller somehow or change myself. That is not a safe relationship for me. Yet we recognize that often, but we don't recognize that that's kind of a relationship we have with ourselves. A relationship with everyone else and all other things too, even like money or my body or my home, is also an extension of my relationship with myself. So I can use all of those things as a reflection to like, how is my relationship with myself right now doing? If something is triggering me, if I'm triggered or emotionally activated by something that somebody else said or did, it's showing me something within me. If I am jealous or envious of somebody and what they have, that is a reflection of me. It's showing me something that maybe I want, something that maybe I admire. If I really admire somebody else and I'm like, look at these amazing things that they're doing. Oh, they're so awesome. Again, that's a reflection. That's an extension of my relationship with me. What it is showing me about me and how I relate to myself. So what we're trying to do is create a sense of safety in our relationship with ourself. And that sense of safety starts in the feelings work. It doesn't start in the conscious space here. It starts in allowing myself to sit and really see myself clearly, see my feelings, see my perceptions, see all parts of me. What we really want is to be seen, to be heard, and to be known. As we're seen and we're heard and we're known, we feel supported. And that happens down here in not the mind space, not the conscious space, but in the subconscious space. You can go back and do any of my past subconscious practices if you want help guiding yourself through this, but you can also just do it on your own. It's as easy as just sitting or laying down and allowing yourself to be with your feelings, out of the mind and the ruminating thoughts and that this is urgent and this is a problem and this needs to be fixed right now, and down into the body. How am I feeling? What physical sensation is this bringing up for me? And I had this image one time. I was energetically preparing for something as I was like, wait, I don't need to prepare more. I actually need to just prepare myself energy-wise, emotion-wise. And as I closed my eyes and did a kind of meditation guided visualization, I am really creative and imaginative when I do this, and I let anything come to mind. And the imagery that came to me was all these little people, all these little individual selves, probably little me, little child me, and they were all sleeping in beds and they were all feeling super safe. They were like just so comfortable and so snuggled in, and they all just felt like that's what it feels to feel safe in the body. I'm safe with my body. My body is safe with me. All parts of me are safe with me. All my emotions, all my big feelings are safe with me. Maybe they're not even big. Maybe they're all just feelings and they're all good. They're all okay. They're all for me somehow. So the sense of safety that we create is a sense of safety that happens within the physical body. And that's why we do the feelings work. So if you're feeling like, okay, maybe my conscious mind and my unconscious mind are not always on the same page, the work is in the body, not in the mind. And you probably already know that if you're listening to this podcast episode, but I would offer to know that even more deeply. Ask yourself, like, where am I not seeing this? In what relationship with someone or something else am I not allowing myself to go there? Am I not allowing myself to see what's truly there? And how can I know and see and feel and be with myself more deeply? And as you do, you'll feel more connected to the people around you as well. That's where true connection, true intimacy, and relationships comes from. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you next week.